Welcome to Asian Media Network and especially to the launch of our weekly brand new talk show, Guide to ParenTea. I'm Mai Lei, your host, and I'm so thrilled to embark on this remarkable journey with you. The show is a beacon for the parents, especially Asian American parents and those who are in multicultural families who strive to build a strong and loving relationship with their children in a diverse and ever-evolving landscape of America. Each week, we will dive into the dynamic challenge faced by parents as they raise their children in America. We will explore the delicate dance of preserving our rich cultural heritage while adapting to the value of modern society. Our goal is to provide insight and solution for the parent that help build a strong bonding between them and their children, fostering an environment of understanding, love, and growth. And of course, none of this could be possible without our esteemed co-host, Dr. Khanh Tran. With his wealth of expertise and years of working with the children and the families, he is here to guide us through this remarkable journey. Welcome, Dr. Khanh Tran, to the show.
Thank you, Mai. I appreciate the invitation, and I'm really excited to embark on this journey with you as well.
Thank you, and I'm excited too. So, Dr. Khanh Tran, how many years that you've been working with the children and the family?
It's coming up on 18 years now.
Wow, then that means you graduate when you're 12 years old because you look young.
Yes, at 10 years old, but thank you.
Thank you. And before we dive deep into the conversation today, let me introduce our esteemed co-host, Dr. Khanh Tran. Dr. Khanh Tran is a psychotherapist who attained his doctorate degree at the Florida School of Professional Psychology. He has a private practice located in Sheridan, Wyoming. He works with different populations, including those struggling with a variety of mental illness. He is a trained cognitive behavioral therapist with an interest in mindfulness, consciousness practice. His special interest is in working with children and families. He and his wife, Dr. Vivian Tran, are currently working on a book titled Raising Conscious Parents, a contemplative approach to parenting begins by way of self-discovery. And once again, welcome Dr. Khanh Tran to the show. I am so excited to help you here with us because I myself as a parent, raising children in America is a toughest job. And so with your guidance, that would help not only me, but all the other parents out there who are struggling. So Dr. Khanh Tran, with your 18 years of experience working with children and the family, what is can you share with us some of the fond memory that you have with the children and other parents?
I think if I consider the fondest memories working with children, it would be watching them as they evolve over time. Many of these families get a point where they're stuck and they don't know how to get out of their situations. But when they start to enter this process of self-discovery through their relationship, not only with each other, but within themselves, we see a progression which gives me a measure of the production and the measure of the evolution that I need to see.
Yes, and I think that is the biggest rewarding that nothing could pay by seeing the children grow up confident, loving, and caring, and respectful. So that's all the parent want, right? But how to raise this kid to be that kid, the dream child that we want. So even though like in a family, with two children raised by the same parent, live in the same family, everything, but they grow up differently. So now that we have Dr. Tran with us, and we will dive into the dynamic challenge that parents face each, raising their children in America. So Dr. Khanh Tran, the show name is Guide to ParenTea. Can you explain to the audience what we mean by ParenTea?
The whole idea of ParenTea is one part parents coming together with their children and coming together to learn better ways to communicate over. And the metaphor tea is a metaphor that describes how we can come together in a way that we can be conscious with each other, where we're demonstrating that very thing that you mentioned, respect, or we're demonstrating more humility or compassion or consciousness.
Yes, and I think besides being conscious parent, but the word tea is in our Asian culture, we drink tea. So parent and children, tea time, when they sit down and have some time for each other and really get to know each other, understanding each other. That's what the show's about. So we want to create a bond between parent and children and fostering the environment of understanding, love, and growth. And Dr. Khanh Tran, you mentioned about conscious parenting. Can you explain a little bit more what it is and why it is so important in today's society?
Conscious parenting is a style of parenting that implements or uses consciousness. Under the umbrella of consciousness, there are certain elements or traits that describe a parent who is conscious. So at the top of the list, I would say humility, for instance. Humility is an important process in general for personal evolution, let alone parenting. So the implementation of these particular traits allow the child to evolve, allow the parent to evolve, that helps the child to evolve as well.
You mentioned about humility. Can you give an example of what it is?
Yes, humility is a practice that is crucial and important in the process of discovering our fallibilities. We're all humans and we are inclined to make mistakes. So with humility allows us to recognize one part of these mistakes and then take action to get better. Now, humility is an element I consider a trait that is closely associated with wisdom. Compassion is another. But in regards to humility, being more present and humble prevents us from overshadowing our child. Meaning, when the child is coming to us and sharing with us whatever bit of information she wishes to share, we embody listening, and humility facilitates that process.
When you mentioned that, I know that lots of parents very busy with, that ton of things going on in our life, at work, at home, and school, and stress. But sometimes the children come, Mom, I'm drawing this, Mom. And we was in the middle of doing some important work. And we just say, oh, okay, Mom, get back to you later, right? That's most parents would do. Or here the iPad, here the iPhone. Okay, go to the corner, play. So Mom or Dad can focus, get things done, and then have time for you. Well, you, in that case, you advise we should not do that. Even though no matter how busy or the deadline that we have, and we just have to drop everything, and when the children come?
You can do that. So if you're talking about busyness, my response to that immediately in my head was, then make busyness your mindfulness or consciousness. And the child is part of that busyness, is part of our life that we have to attend to. And from time to time, it's okay to subject the child to, let's say, electronics to keep them busy. But it is very important, though. It's very important that we make the time. You can't be, as a parent, too busy for your child. That's very concerning conceptualization. It's a very concerning idea that we have a child who needs us, who is dependent on us for emotional, mental, psychological, social, relational development, and to ignore that child.
Well, maybe sit at that moment, but make it up time later and explain to the kid that, sorry, mommy or daddy was so busy earlier. Okay, what do you have to tell? And sometimes the kid say, I forgot. At that time, he remembers something he want to say or she want to say, but an hour or 2 hours later, they completely forgot what he want to tell us. Anyway, you also mentioned about mindfulness. So can you basically tell us how is the parent can implement mindfulness in their practicing being parent, like parenting, and what benefit will mindfulness will bring to them?
Mindfulness is a specialized kind of awareness. A specialized kind of awareness that is tinted with equanimity, like calm. So you can be aware of your child and maintain a state of calmness. Why that benefits is we know that all of us, not just children, when we are in a context or a space of calm, we think clearer. We're more reasonable. We're more logical. So mindfulness, the specialized awareness, facilitates the process internal, creating a context external that allows you and the child to connect.
That's good. That's good to know that it would help the children and the parent connecting in the mindful ways. That's way the children will not feel intimidated. They feel that the parent open up, calm, and welcome them, and they're loving, caring, and listen, and not yelling, right? Because yelling is scaring the kid. But also speak in fairness for parent, because I'm parent myself, is that when you tell your children something, you tell it the first time, you speak with a very sweet sound, but they didn't respond to it. Second time, you say it a little bit louder, hopefully that they hear it. They still did not respond. And the third time, the parent grow out the patient, and this time is at yell. So, with something like that, what do you advise, Dr. Khanh Tran? Will we keep being soft and calm all the time? Because maybe the parent need to go to the temple and practice the mindfulness and Zen technique on how to raise children and be patient.
Well, your home itself can be a temple. It's what you create within the context of that home that makes it sacred, right? So impatience is not a problem at all, or anger, or even yelling. As long as you're ready to return and express humility, and you can apologize, right? And what happens then, you can take that moment, the mindfulness, you can return to the child, pull the child aside, and remind the child that you asked the child several times to complete a task, and you were just curious why it has not happened. So in this context here, how we word that situation will allow the child to express herself freely to help explain. We're not going to be punitive. I think the world itself is it's a one big long life lesson the world will punish very severely. What the child needs from us more than anything is a steadiness, a balance that will allow him or her to identify with, that will help the child to evolve into the child that you hope the child to be when they become an adult. I assure you, he or she will realize it's not as if the child won't know to be responsible. They will. They may not be immediately responsible when you're asking them to. That's because they're children, whether they're 1 or 18. They have other things in mind. So it's not as if they're being disrespectful. They may just be complicated.
Well, then the parent will have to be very, very patient because sometimes no parent want to yell at their children. It's not good. But because if they keep saying, repeating themselves so many times, and the children did not respond right away, so that frustrating the parent. But also, you also Vietnamese and I'm Vietnamese too. We raised in the Vietnamese culture where the proverbs say, thương con cho roi cho vọt, ghét con cho ngọt cho ngào. Meaning, if you love your children, you want to be a top parent. You can hit them or, being tough to them. But if you don't love your children, then say all the sweet thing. So the way that you say of mindfulness or consciousness parent, does it seem to contradict with the traditional way of parenting for Vietnamese parents?
Okay, the key word there is traditional.
Yes.
That's probably thousands of years old.
Yes.
We are evolving. So it's time perhaps for us to adapt. But more importantly, what conscious parenting does in terms of what it offers is to connect to the humanity that is the child. That requires no punishment. That requires no criticism or requires no crucifixion. The child will respond much easier. Test it out. The child will respond much easier, better, and stronger if you are kind to that child. They'll hear you better if you are kind to that child. So, sure, there are certain things about traditions that are important because it defines who we are as human beings. But there are certain things we have to be very cautious about because just because it's tradition, it doesn't make it informative.
Yes, I hear what you said, that, raising children in a loving, caring, and nurturing, right? However, parents also think that I need to be tough to my children, kind of like tough love, because the society is not treat my kid in a loving, caring, like at home. I need to prepare the kid to the real world out there. What do you think of that?
Here's the best way to prepare the child to a world that may be harsh. Show them compassion. What they need is not to be a part of that chaos or madness or disconnect or regression. If you show them compassion or gratitude or humility, these are the traits that are associated with the power of wisdom that will allow them to manage those circumstances in very extraordinary ways. What we need more in this world is more people to be trained how to punish each other. What we need is more knowledge, more understanding, more nurturing, more love, more compassion. And the only way to do that is first embody it within us as parents. That will allow us to teach it. That makes us more legitimate. When you're teaching humility, you're expressing or embodying humility. And when you embody humility, they can identify what that feels like.
Well, Dr. Tran, being parent is come with many responsibility and challenges. And how do you guide the parent through some of the common challenges that they face being conscious parents?
We all come with responsibilities as adults. Can you imagine the child who's born into a culture that may be harsh on the child, that is disciplined at home and then at school, and then have to create an identity for themselves in order to mesh with the world around them? And there's a lot of complexity in the child's experiences as much as there is in our experiences. Yeah, in our experience. But we are gifted with the powers of perseverance. Perseverance is considered the holy grail of all human traits. We have the capacity. We just have to tap into that place, that light within, or that religion, whatever your practice is, or that spirituality, or that power, that knowledge. We all are gifted with that. It only makes sense then if we have that internal power, then we use that while relating to the world, busy or not. And besides, you can make busyness your mindfulness.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Khanh Tran, for share your wisdom. And speaking of that, can you share with the viewer, especially the parents, some great tip in raising their children? Maybe it's a 5 good tip for them to remember until the next show.
Sure. One of the things I have parents do is practice exercises like listening a whole lot. So it starts with sitting with a child and asking simple questions. And if you are inclined to be humble, you may want to start with this question. And the question is, what is it I can do today or this next week to make myself a better parent for you? If there is one thing that I could change about myself to help you be a better child, son, daughter, what would you recommend I change? And watch and see where the child takes you. It's a whole different world that you're probably not accustomed to or aware of. Or if you were aware that you could be a better parent, it's important to hear from a child's perspective, because if there is an inspiration in our life that prompts us to be better parents, all we have to do is look into the eyes of a child. That's all the inspiration you need.
That's good. Wow. And you will hear the whole perspective of the children about parenting. And we might realize that all these years we do wrong. Whatever we do is it the way that we want, not what the children want or what they would love the parent to be. That's great. That's a very good tip. And I'm going to start applying that by today, going home and pull each kid into the room and say, what can mom do to be a better parent? And I want to see what they're going to say. And I will report next week. Thank you, Dr. Khanh Tran, for sharing with us some insight information about conscious parenting. And this conversation today is very enlightening. I would like to encourage the viewer, especially the parents, if you have questions and you would like to book Dr. Khanh Tran for consultation, because each family, each relationship will be different and you will have different questions, it's more personal, so that Dr. Khanh Tran can work with you at the personal level to be able to listen to your case and be able to provide guidance and support. You can call this number 307-655-5510. Again, 307-655-5510 to schedule with Dr. Khanh Tran. And Dr. Khanh Tran, is there anything else you would like to say to the viewer before we end the conversation today?
I'd like to say that I appreciate this whole process. I think this journey is very important. It's something I'm passionate about, teaching parents and children, because as I look at the bigger picture and we see that parents are working with children, it will be a better future for all of us. And again, thank you for inviting me on the show.
Thank you, Dr. Khanh Tran. And again, each week we're going to bring in different topics about parenting, and we hope that the show will benefit both parent and the children. And that's it, the ending of our first episode today for Guide to ParenTea. We're looking forward to see you next show. And for those who think this show is benefit, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel so that more people will know about the show. Thank you for watching, and we're looking forward to see you at the next episode.